r/AskReddit, what is something that Americans are, actually, very good at? People often forget that it had been stalled for so long. It took dozens of wheelchair users and disabled people literally dragging themselves up the Capitol building steps and crawling to get it passed. The Capitol crawl link wasn't too long ago, but it got the ADA passed. National parks. We have set aside the most beautiful places in the country as national parks, and they are run well. America's best idea. Getting Redditors to write their BuzzFeed articles for them. Nailed it, this must be their President's Day piece. Seriously. DH said that there are a lot of those ADA-type articles out there, and I had to tell him they all actually originate from Reddit threads. Board Panda is another site that nabs threads from Reddit. I know there are more. Throwing. I put this down to baseball and American football. Both sports reward and require fast, accurate throwing. In Europe you get the odd handball player who can launch a projectile accurately with ease. In the US they are everywhere. We grow up throwing in the backyard. Baseball is a very popular youth sport. On the contrary, we mostly can't kick for shit. America has won every SEC championship in history. And every Super Bowl. Apparently small talk. Every other country on Reddit seems put out by our ability to talk about nothing to complete strangers. The rest of the world can't handle the grind of an SEC schedule. Americans are a very inventive bunch. So many inventions have come from the US throughout its history, and the trend has continued in modern times. Optimism. There's a saying that you don't want to bet against America. As divided as the US seems now, in the 60s and early 70s it was worse. It felt like it was all unraveling. Ultimately we got through that, which is just about the only thing that gives me optimism about the shit show we're going through right now. I've seen it before, and believe we'll wake from this fever dream and come back together once again. How's that for optimism? Misplaced or otherwise? National parks. Barbecue. I think the US and South Korea probably have the most popular barbecue internationally. In Atlanta you can get fusion barbecue due to the huge Korean population, and it's amazing. Wheelin' and dealin'. Talking care of business. Talking it easy. Keeping it real. And working overtime. Driving. I literally can't believe how long Americans drive to places like it's no big deal. How far is your commute? About an hour. Not too bad. Wait, 1 hour down and 1 hour back. Yeah, thereabouts. Like, what? Your commute eats up 2 hours a day, and that's not bad. Good lord. That's mental. I noticed when I moved to the Midwest, their small talk game was especially strong. I initially hated it, but had to adapt to survive. We've got a lot of space. Gotta remember the USA is about the size of Europe. Assimilation of foreign ideas/cultural aspects. Especially food from afar. The big cities, New York, Chicago, LA, Miami, etc. Where else in the world can you walk within blocks and get world-class French, Asian, Italian, barbecue, Middle Eastern, Brazilian, African, the list goes on, and it absolutely rivals the best the world has to offer. Landing on the moon. It's not even close. There is no second place at this point. Edit, clearly, I am referencing manned missions, which is why there is on second place. Basketball. We're really fucking good at basketball. Hence why lots of college athletes who aren't good enough for the NBA go to virtually every other country. They are that good. My uni only had one guy join an NBA team and he left for the Aussie League. Most go play in places like Spain, Denmark, Germany, and Canada, National League, not Raptors. Americans are great at changing my mind about Americans. Most Americans I've met overseas have been intelligent, well-spoken, polite, and very sensitive towards cultural/religious/racial issues. Our medical R&D is incredible. The US accounts for so much of the world's leading medical discoveries. The flip side of that is that our own citizens can't afford healthcare for the most part. Military logistics. We basically spend all the money to come up with these great medical finds, then the rest of the developed world gives it to their citizens, while our own don't get to utilize it unless they are part of the 1%. The countries with socialized medicine that don't do R&D benefit from our new drugs and somehow get them cheaper than we do. Biscuits and gravy. Home improvement. Not many countries have as strong a culture of repairing and improving their homes themselves. In some countries it's illegal to even work on your electrical or plumbing without a license. You essentially need to hire a contractor or at a certain point replace the entire home, as is the case in many parts of Japan. Quite a lot. Science. Public universities. Military. Entertainment. Sports. Asterisk smoking meats. Asterisk winning Olympic medals. Asterisk making TV shows and movies. Asterisk wearing sneakers. Being open with other cultures and backgrounds, and even being accommodating. USA gets a lot of flack, but I've been to a lot of countries where there's not much tolerance for anyone else but their own. I see every shade of human in a normal day and I don't bat an eye. Aerospace technology, but specifically launch vehicle and human space flight technology. Public libraries, so jealous of you guys. We put an enormous amount of resources into maintaining a military that can fight multiple other high-end militaries at once and have a decent shot. Just a mind-boggling amount of money. Per capita GDP, new technology development, making movies, fast food franchises, and unmatched military power. By a country mile. They have also had a significant cultural and political impact on the rest of the world. America has easily been the most influential country in the world since World War II. Air conditioning. We kill it with that shit. Social skills and small talk. Americans are pretty friendly overall. Many other countries probably fear us for talking to them in a public place. Actually LOL. Like it's so hard to believe the people of the world's premier economic superpower, military, academic, and cultural leader of the planet are good at stuff. Yeah, I hate the title. The US has problems, everyone knows that. But is it so poisonous to acknowledge what is done well? Saying anything positive about the United States on the internet is very controversial. Being overwhelmingly positive and interested in other people. Uncomfortably so, if done in a culture where that isn't the norm. American accents. I mean, yeah, you win, buddy. That is indeed what most of us are all best at. Jazz. Rock and roll. Basketball. I'm gonna take this one step further and say all pop culture. With the exceptions of maybe K-pop and classical music. Edit. Okay guys, I obviously don't know shit about K-pop. I tried my best. Love you all. Have a good night. Wow, no one mentioned rap and hip-hop. The Americans with Disabilities Act. It has made life so much nicer for folks who would normally struggle in a non-adapted world. Being in Mexico recently makes you really see how much the USA has taken ADA serious. Hello everyone. Thanks for sticking to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to humbly ask you to subscribe to the channel. According to my statistics, 100% of my viewers in the past 28 days are not subscribed. I have always wanted this channel to reach 1000 subscribers, and if you want to support and be a part of that, subscribe. It's free and it's an awesome way to support the channel. Thanks again. Reddit glitch out.